Hey, what's up, everybody? So another week, another Rebirth week. I got Justice League, Flash, Detective Comics, Action Comics, and Wonder Woman. Crazy. A lot of really awesome books, potentially awesome books. So I'm going to share my thoughts a little bit, and just warning ahead. I am going to talk spoilers on this, so if you guys haven't read the issue yet, I would probably suggest to read it, and then we'll chat, then we'll talk, because that's where I pretty much make these videos, because I want to talk to you guys about these books. Um, Overall, even before giving my thoughts, I've been enjoying Rebirth a lot. I think there's a lot of potential with a lot of storylines, and I'm ready. I want to like this. So let's get into the reviews or thoughts. All right, Justice League number 52. This is kind of basically a one-shot issue. This kind of explains Lex Luthor, and this is all before the Action Comics stuff. This kind of shows why Lex Luthor's taking up the mantle to be the next hero of Metropolis, to be Superman. He has some reasons, and there's kind of some revelations, like he basically purchased the Daily Planet so he can get the cape. Basically, they had the cape of the New 52 Superman on display until it was basically the first page, until they're doing like a little memorial to him. But that was owned by Perry White. So what he did is he actually purchased the Daily Planet. So basically, he controls the cape, and that's why he takes it. There's also some other stuff in regards to Lex's sister Lena, which I haven't really been following Lex Luthor. I know that I guess he had some things in Justice League, but I haven't seen his sister in quite some time. And basically, she's in a coma, and I guess that kind of changes him to, I guess, kind of become sort of a hero and try that out. He kind of says in here that he doesn't want to let down his sister. So I guess we have. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird to see Luthor in this position. I would totally want him to be, all I've ever known is Luthor actually being a villain to Superman, basically being Superman's Joker, almost his main villain, and to see him kind of become a hero, become the next man, like the next up in Metropolis, is kind of weird. I'm not really sold on it yet. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how long this plays out. But yeah, I'm along for the ride. I like this issue. Just so we can get a little bit more Luthor, but I'm still kind of hesitant on where this is gonna go. So yeah. All right, Action Comics number 958. So this issue was a lot of action, basically from the last issue. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the last issue. So basically, Doomsday shows up in the final page of the last issue, and basically it's Superman and Lex Luthor versus Doomsday. So there's some really good scenes. I really like these panels here, the 2-page spread with Doomsday, Lex Luthor, and Superman. And then we also have the other Clark Kent character, and we get a little bit of him. Jimmy's basically talking to this Clark Kent, and he's saying, "Why don't you go and be Superman?" And Clark's like, "I can't." And I'm just, I'm still I'm perplexed on why this Clark Kent showed up, and he's just like becoming like full reporter. He's like, let's take pictures. Let's try to get the story. All the while, I mean, the pre-52 Superman's getting a beating from this Doomsday, and he notices that this Doomsday is a lot different. This Doomsday is a lot more calculated. He kind of knows what he's doing. And Lex is fighting him as well, and it's not good for him. And as I was reading this issue, I was like, wow, they're really just going there. Like, you would think they'd kind of slowly pace out this relationship between Superman and Lex Luthor, but they went to all the way to, if that was 1 out of 10, they went to a 9 or 10, because Doomsday is, he's an iconic Superman villain, and just having them go through him first, or actually, fight him first is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I feel like it would make more sense in future issues, kind of build up to Doomsday, but I mean, they kind of just, I don't know. We'll see how this all plays out. I mean, we do get some shots of John and Lois as they're watching TV, watching this unfold, and his his son's like, he's gonna beat him, right? And Lois is very, this has happened before. So there's a lot of interesting things here. I still don't know who the heck this guy with the hood is. I really don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Like, I feel like he was part of searching for the Oblivion Stone, and that was like, that was in the Lois and Clark run, and maybe that's him. I'm not too sure. If you guys know in the comments down below who that person is, let me know, or give me some hints, or some ideas. But yeah, I mean, I liked it. There's a lot of action. The relationship between this pre-52 Superman and Lex it's interesting for right now. I'm kind of holding my breath on this because, it's already kind of weird as it is to see them work together. But we'll see. I mean, this pre-52 Superman was kind of, as he's fighting Doomsday and seeing Lex take on Doomsday, he kind of gets a different take on this one. He's like, maybe this Lex Luthor isn't so bad. So we'll see. I enjoyed it. Dan Jurgens and Patrick Zurcher, good job. I love this cover. I specifically told my shop to get me this cover because I love it. It's a Ryan Sook cover, and it's just awesome. So yeah, another issue, and I liked it a lot. So Detective Comics, this is 935. I'm really liking this premise, what's going on here. I'm so glad I picked this up. So Batwoman is kind of, she's kind of taking the charge, getting the members ready for what's ahead. And the way they set this up the first time, or the first couple pages, with kind of like their version of the Danger Room, using Clayface's abilities, was pretty cool. And it's really, it just shows how much work in progress that they need to do, and I'm really liking this spotlight on Batwoman. I'm hoping that they continue to push Batwoman and get her more involved, because it could be just, I don't want Batwoman to be just commander. I want her to be in the field. I want to see Batwoman on the streets, talking with different characters, having those character moments. I want her to become kind of the centerpiece. And Batman is there, but I want Batwoman to kind of like share the spotlight, but also be the vocal point as well. Um, and I know that's kind of, you know, I want this to become, I want Batwoman to be the main character, the driving force of this book. And you do have other characters like Tim Drake and Spoiler and Clayface and Orphan, and you also have Batman. But I want this book to be about Batwoman and everybody else. And I want the story to dictate with her. Um, and you got some parts in here. Towards the end, it kind of goes back to Batman. Um, but Batman is still, we find out Batman is still holding out some information on Batwoman, and that was that was not a shocker at all. But yeah, I enjoyed the character moments between the different characters like Tim Drake and Spoiler and stuff like that, and you also got the Canes talking with each other, and yeah, and also the art was fantastic. I love the panel layouts by Eddie Barrows, and it was just awesome. I really like this. I like this team book here, and hopefully this starts to turn into, it could start as a team book, but I want it to become a Batwoman book. The further we get, and hopefully we do get that. So I enjoy Detective. If you guys are a fan of Batwoman, and kind of in a team format, Detective Comics is something you guys should check out. So yeah. All right, so Flash #1. This is Joshua Williamson, and that artist I can't pronounce, Carmine Di Giamencio. So, yeah. So this issue, I really didn't. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it, but there was not that much going on here till we got to the end. I feel like this issue started out and it kind of built to that ending. And after you read it, it kind of feels like, because with the first pages with his partner, I guess. Well, it starts off with his, the way he turned into Flash, and he was meeting up with I guess his friend, I guess August or something like that, and that was kind of a lead into what happens next and towards the end. So I really, there wasn't really much for me here to kind of grab onto. It was kind of Flash just saving the day. I really do like the art though. It's kind of clunky a little bit. But I do love the streaks. The way this artist uses the streaks is awesome. Very just like vibrant. And that's one of the good things about this. But another thing here, I think the artist did a good job with the panel layout and just the reds, and the colorist did a good job with the reds and the yellows, especially with the lightning and stuff like that. It just follows him, and that's one of my favorite parts about this book. But I don't know. I'm waiting for something, and I kind of already know the premise with this whole villain named Godspeed, but we don't get introduced to him. I feel like it's like a slow burn. Because I'm thinking, and basically spoiler alert, the final page, August gets hit with the lightning. Um, and you know, is he going to be a good guy? I'm thinking he's going to be a good guy, but he could be Godspeed. And I mean, that's interesting, but I'm not I'm not invested into this character August yet, and I kind of wanted to know a little bit more about him. Maybe, kind of slow burn that character until we reach that point. But we're moving, we're moving to that point, but without anything kind of happening in the middle. So I was just, I mean, I like the Flash. I like the premise that Joshua Williamson was actually bringing out. It's just like it's not hitting right now, and hopefully, um, this is one of those books where um, I'm liking the double shipping format, but in a kind of a bad way though, because I'll know pretty soon. I don't have to wait 4 or 5 months. I'll probably know in about 2 or 3 months, like 2 months at least, where this is going. Hopefully, and if that's not the case, if I'm still confused or the story is moving so slow, I might think about dropping it. But for right now, I'm gonna stick with it for a little bit more. Again, I do like the art. The art is awesome. The colors, Ivan Placencia is good, and yeah. So, let me know your guys' thoughts on the Flash. I wasn't. I don't know if I was a really big fan of the Flash Rebirth issue or not. I kind of tend to remember that it was kind of a rehash of everything that happened. But yeah, the Flash. All right, Wonder Woman #1, Greg Rucka, art by Liam Sharp, and colors by Laura Martin. And this is a very beautiful book. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. So basically, Wonder Woman is searching for somebody, and we find out who that person is at the end, which I really liked. So she's basically in the jungle, and if that kind of gives you a hint to who she was looking for, and I liked it. I liked that kind of, I liked how it got us there. I was just talking about the Flash and how that ending, the very beginning of that issue, after reading it, you kind of get a sense of where that was going, and you see through the final pages what happens. For this is it's like a smooth transition as she was going through the forest, just walking through, just kind of, not, I don't think she was yelling, but she was just talking, not to herself, but to somebody. And I thought it was well done. I thought it was well executed. The pace of the story, compared to the Flash story, it kind of went everywhere towards that ending. But this one was very straightforward. We also get stuff with Trevor, and this beautiful, beautiful picture right here of Wonder Woman, and I like that as well. We have Etta Candy, who's a commander. And also, I mean, again, Liam Sharp's art is amazing. I love it. And Laura Martin's colors just do wonders with it. So, it's a lot of the art. Greg Rucka really let Liam Sharp just kind of tell the story. There wasn't really that much like dialogue or anything like that. It was pretty much, Liam Sharp got to kind of just go crazy, and tell the story, and I thought it was really awesome. So basically, we're going to be waiting. I think we're going to be waiting like in 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks is issue #2, which is actually Nicholas Scott's issue, and she is actually doing a different storyline. So the odd numbers are going to be the storyline in the present, and the even numbers are going to be her year one story. Um, so hopefully that little picture with Trevor kind of is that tease to what is going to happen in the next issue, which is pretty awesome. So if I had to pick a book of the week out of all my Rebirth issues, it'd probably have to be Wonder Woman. Visually, it was awesome, and just introducing the next character in this story, or the final page was actually pretty good as well. Um, so yeah, I really really like this. All right, so those are my thoughts for this week. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed these books. Let me know some of your criticisms on these books. Just want to get a conversation going. Just let me know how you guys feel about these Rebirth books, or if I'm missing any other books that I would have checked out. I know that Aquaman came out as well, so let me know how that one is. There's just so much stuff coming out, and I think next week there's no Rebirth stuff. I think it's all annual stuff. So you know, I guess my wallet takes one week break, I guess, until the following week, or the next week after that, which is probably gonna be even more crazy. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. More videos coming soon, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.